leaders are trying to get by. See Sam Hornish trying to work by a couple of them here, and he runs up on Mike Harmon.
Yeah, this is off of turn 2 here as they get down into enter turn 3. Ooh. See Hornish gets clipped a little bit, and then I believe clipped the 55.
74 is Mike Harmon.
It's one of the problems here at Bristol. You got cars with that are running such different speeds, and there's just nowhere to go. You just nowhere to hide here.
And Brian Scott with just a couple of tires. Cause of the caution, this spin by Brad Sweet. Second yellow flag today here at Bristol. We'll be back. Racing for third position on back that had lap cars in the middle of it. That was the group where this happened.
He might have got a little help from Brian Vickers. Is that who that was in the 20?
Yep. And then
didn't give Brian much room there, so Brian was keeping it as low as he possibly could. He came down, and that was a lot of damage to the front end there.
That's what's so tough is some of these lap cars, you know, they're trying to stay out of the way the best they can, especially when leaders are too wide behind them. They got to make a decision of what lane do I want to go in front of.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a hard lick. Good to see PK jump out of that car.
Talking earlier about Brad Sweet in a crash yesterday during practice, kind of looked a little bit like that. This was during practice yesterday. There's a spin in front of him and just can't get stopped.
Wow, another hard lick.
It's Joey Gase in the 52 who was unable to attempt to qualify today because they didn't have a backup.
You can see Jamie Dick gets turned around by Brian Vickers right there on the front straightaway. Looks like it's just going to be a one-car accident. He gets into the wall fairly good. And you can see Nelson Piquet and Parker Kligerman coming along right here as they start trying to figure out what they're going to do. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes, Denny, which way these cars are going to go with it.
You just don't know, honestly. You really don't. Typically, as a driver, you would think with the big banking, it's going to come down the racetrack eventually, but you just never know.
Looked like maybe he just made the decision to go low, and that didn't turn out to be the right one.
Spin in front of you, ease it back slowly, slowly, slowly. Down, down.
Yeah, it's tough when you really, as a driver, you really got to make that decision way before that point. You know, it's tough to say when the spotter said down, but gosh, you've got to know before that what you got to do.
There's a lot of times too that you probably even overrule your spotter. If he's telling you to go down, if you see a hole high, you're going to
probably does with the budget that they have. You know, it's basically a family team, and I know Jeremy does an awesome job. We talk about him all the time, finishing in the top 10 to top 15, really with an under-budgeted race team.
Now Clemens with some troubles.
See, this starts off at turn 4. Just wasn't quite clear. A hard hit to the inside again, comes back up onto the track. See, Sam Hornish doing a good job of getting by Austin Dillon.
See, Dillon got against the wall and got some front end damage out of that.
And 70 of Brad Teague was the car that the 44 went across the nose of, exiting turn 4. And then this.
Easy, check up, check up, check up, check up, check up. Just check up, check up, check up, get down. Good job. Woo. Good job missing that, dude.
Second that.
And here, watch 44. Stay low, 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 low. Back it down, back it down, back it down. Low, 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 low. Watch him. Come on, come on, come on. Keep rolling, you're okay. Come on.
See, Dillon makes pretty good contact, but didn't do a lot of damage. That car's pretty tough.
Well, that's where it all started.
Yeah, and really that was just, he wasn't quite clear, but I think the reason he's upset is he felt like that he should have given him a little more consideration being on the lead lap. And the 70 of Brad Teague is 8 laps off the lead lap.
Yeah, really, he's been flirting with not running fast enough.
So Brad Keselowski racing Regan Smith for the lead, coming up on a lap car.
Yeah, I think Regan Smith just tried to drive down in there so hard and maybe make a little room for him. He got loose and up into Keselowski.
So that put that fender down on the left front tire of the 22 and led to this.
Yeah, you can see the left front just blew out coming off the corner. Harvey just barely gets by. He might have got a little damage.
And that could have taken out 4 or 5 of the top cars right there.
They're wet. Stay in it. You're good, you're good. We just blew it. Go low if you need to. Go low if you can. Coming around. Come, guys, left side. Get it up. Left side. Get the tire off of it. Left side only. Get the tire.
Hey.
Jason
Right
White
there,
running
right
in
front.
22nd.
Sam Hornish has been around every one of these accidents today, it seems like. Oh,
Yeah.
Get down. Good job. Wow. Keep digging. Still green. They don't see.
Kind of had to wonder about Kyle Busch's decision to run the bottom right here.
well, I think the slower car is the 70. That's what he didn't want to get trapped behind and leave the bottom open.
That close.
Wow. And there it is.
So we don't ever need to think from this point forward that Kyle Larson's not going to do whatever it takes to try to win the race. A great job by Kyle Busch, too. He just didn't quite get the run up off the corner. Gave the opening. Kyle Larson used up the right side of that Chevrolet.
Right and left side. He was actually rubbing up against Kyle Busch.